The quality of your co-founders can make or break your team. If you have the worst co-founders in the world and you're fighting, you can destroy your company, even if you have a great product. But if you have the best co-founders in the world and you're all working with each other and you all complement each other's skills, well, now that company is almost guaranteed to go to the moon. I would even say the team and the quality of the co-founders is more important than the idea, because if you get the right people in the room, they will eventually find that billion-dollar unicorn idea, versus if you get the wrong people in the room, I mean, it's not going to work. That's just it. So in today's video, I want to talk about my co-founders of Omni.us, of our cold email tool, which is currently raising funding right now on WeFunder. And I want to talk about how we met. How did we create the Avengers of cold email? How did we create the ultimate dream team to build the best cold email tool in the world? That's what I want to talk about today. Let's talk about it. But before we do that, like this video and subscribe down below for more content like this. Let's start with Ameet Mehta. Ameet Mehta is an American. He's currently living in India, and he has a couple specialties. Specialty number one, he is a fundraising and SaaS expert. He runs a suite of SaaS companies that is making over $2 million a year in annual recurring revenue. So he understands SaaS. He understands how to build a team, which is amazing. He also understands how to get the best work out of Indian developers and designers. So this allows us to have something most other people don't. A lot of times when you're outsourcing to India, you have culture barriers, you have language barriers. It's hard to find good people and it's hard to get them to do good work. But Ameet is the bridge because he's an American that is living in India. So he understands both the American side and the Indian side of things, able to find a great team. I met him on Twitter. He reached out and we were talking, and then we ended up meeting him on his golf course that he was living on in Bangalore. Our team, his team went out there. We played a little golf. It's a very fun time. And we were just brainstorming around and we were thinking, what should we build? He said, well, you're the cold email expert. Maybe we should build a cold email tool. I said, you know what, Ameet? You're a friggin' genius, bro. You're frickin' smart so. And that's what we did. You know, we had the idea for Omni and we put it together. He put his money in. I put my money in. We built the MVP. And now we have what we have. I don't know. I'm very grateful for him. Next up is a person that Ameet introduced me to, the tech co-founder, Nav Rajput. This guy is a tech genius. Doesn't matter what tech stack you're building in. Doesn't matter what you are trying to create. He will find a way to either build it or get the team to build it. And that is what you need on a SaaS team, especially when you're building something as complex as Omni, where not only are we doing email sending, but we're also doing SMS and we're also doing LinkedIn and we're doing Twitter DMs. And there's all of these interconnected parts. We're doing email warm-up, inbox rotation, all this stuff. And if you don't have a strong tech person there, it could easily fall apart. And so that's why I'm very grateful to have Nav on the team running the tech side. Then on the operations side of things, we have the man, the myth, the legend, my co-founder at X27, Robert Indresh, co-writer of the book Cold Email Manifesto. But this guy is an expert at creating systems and processes, long documents that people have to follow in order to stay on track. He's a master at getting developers to reduce their hourly estimate. I've heard the developers come in and say things like,
oh, it'll take us 100 hours to build this feature.
And Robert will just say,
are you sure?
And then they'll drop the estimate down to like 40 hours and it will end up taking 40 hours. So we need a strong operator, and that's what we have with Robert Indresh. And then finally, somebody's got to be making the money around here. Somebody's got to be heading up the marketing and the sales side of things. Who's going to spin up the cold email campaigns? Who's going to recruit the sales team? Who's going to recruit the closers? Who's going to build the hype across YouTube and Twitter and all the social media platforms? And you know, for that one, I didn't know who to bring on the team, you know, because like, I mean, we had the operations guy with Robert, we had the tech guy, we had the fundraising guy, but who's this marketing guy? And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, wait, it's me. So with that final piece, that final gem In our Thanos gauntlet, we have the Omni Dream Team. 4 co-founders, 4 superpowers, all working together to build Omni into the greatest cold email tool of all time. You could trial it. If you want to try it out, you want to build your outbound sequences for free as part of the trial, then go on over to omni.us and sign up. We are raising a round right now on WeFunder, and that's the reason why we're raising funding. We don't need the money. Omni can sustain, Omni can float until we're profitable, very simply. But I don't want to be like another one of these selfish bootstrap gurus. I want you involved. I want your brain in this, and I want your ideas. So if you're down, if you want to be part of this journey, everything is on our WeFunder page. So go on over to wefunder.com/omnius and be part of the future of cold emailing.